Today we're going to be dividing powers. I encourage you to copy down the notes and do all the examples on here because, again, we're practicing learning on our own, so it is important to always kind of get as much practice as we can and try all the examples up here. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. X to the 5th divided by x to the 3rd. I'm going to go a long way around this because I know some of us have been taught rules, but sometimes rules don't make sense unless we understand why they work. So x to the 5th is 5 x's. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then x to the 3rd is 3 x's. 1, 2, 3. So here I kind of wrote it out to see what happens. We have this x divided by x is going to cancel out. X divided by x cancels out. And then x divided by x cancels out. And we are left with x squared in the top. Technically, in the bottom, we always have a 1 there. Remember that we write a 1 and we don't write it. There's a 1 there, but we don't write it. However, the answer is just x squared because you don't need that 1 in the denominator. And so our answer is just x squared. Let's go ahead and try number 2. We got y to the 9th on the top and y to the 4th on the bottom. So I went ahead and wrote out 9 y's on the top and 4 y's on the bottom. And let's see how many cancel out. This one cancels out, that one cancels out, that one cancels out, that one cancels out. And then I am left with 5 y's in the numerator. So my answer is y to the 5th. Okay. Now, I'm going to let you go ahead and try number 3. So try number 3 real quick. Maybe pause the video. So let's go ahead and do it together. So I went ahead and wrote out w to the 7th. So I wrote w 7 times, and then w to the 10th. And here, I think some of us are starting to see the pattern on seeing what marks out. As you can see, we have w to the 3rd left. However, this w to the 3rd is in the denominator. So what number goes in the numerator? Well, there's always a 1. So please be careful that this is the way we write it. 1 over w to the 3rd, because there's more w's in the bottom. There's 3 more w's in the bottom than there is in the top. So let's go ahead and try another example. Let's try number 4. Number 4 is a little bit different because of the numbers we have. We have 3 to the 9th and then x to the 13th. So my suggestion is that we do the numbers first. So I'm going to look at the numbers 3 over 9. 3 divided by 9. And I have to reduce this fraction. To reduce the fraction, I know that I can divide this one by 3. And I can divide the 9 by 3. That's the greatest common factor. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that fraction reduces to 1/3. And now I'm going to focus on the x's with my common base. So now let's go ahead and do the x. I'm going to have x to the 13th over x to the 9th. And I'm going to stop writing this out because, as you can see, if I write 13 x's out, that's going to be quite a bit of work. Which one's bigger, the top or the bottom? The top is bigger by how many? By 4. How did I know that? Because when you divide, you subtract. So this is x to the 4th because there's 4 more on top than there is in the bottom. So 9 are going to cancel out. So here, our final answer is going to be written in the following way. We got 1, because of the 1/3. You don't have to write it, but I like to write it. 1x to the 4th over, and we have this 3 times 1, so that's just going to be 3. So to make our answer look a little bit more clean, I'm going to get rid of that 1. So it's x to the 4th over 3. Go ahead and try number 5. It's very similar to the one we did. It's just a little bit more numbers. So go ahead and try it. Pause the video if you'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to do 10 to the 5th first because those are numbers. I'm going to try them together. 10 to the 5th reduces to 2 over 1 because I can divide both of them by 5. Now I'm going to look at my x's. My x's are the common base. I'm going to have x to the second divided by x to the second. And these are exactly the same, so therefore they both cancel out. Am I left with 0 or am I left with 1? And here we have to recall that this is equal to 1. It's not equal to 0 because then everything else will become 0. And then we're going to do y to the 5th divided by y to the 2nd. Again, I'm trying to see which one wins. The top wins because there's 5 of them, and the bottom loses. So I have 3 left. And now I'm going to write my answer all together. I have 2 over 1, which is just 2. You can put the 1 underneath, but I'm not going to do it. Times 1. But if I put a times 1, it's just going to give me what it is. So I'm not going to write the 1. And then I need to include the y to the 3rd. So my answer is 2y to the 3rd. Notice that in the numerator there isn't anything left. So it's just 2y to the 3rd. Go ahead and try number 6. Pause the video. Alright, so hopefully you've tried it by now. And I'm going to do this last one with you. This is 15 divided by 3. That's going to be 5 over 1. Notice that I'm always keeping it as a fraction because later in the later if the fraction is different, it's going to make a huge difference in how we write our answer. X to the 5th over x to the 2nd. Here, x to the 3rd wins. There we go. There's a 1 underneath. Then we're going to do y to the 5th. And y to the 8th. Now in this one you got to be very careful. Which one wins, the top or the bottom? The bottom wins by 3. So that's 1 y to the 3rd. Remember, you still have that 1 in the top because 5 of them cancel out. So you have no more y's in the numerator, but you do have 3 y's in the denominator. So I'm going to put this all together. I got 5 over 1. 5. I'm not going to write the 1 just yet to see if I need it. X to the 3rd. I'm going to keep the x to the 3rd. Again, I'm not going to write the 1 because I don't think I need it. Writing 1 is not very useful to me. Then I got 1 y to the 3rd. Notice that the y to the 3rd is in the denominator, so I'm going to put it in the denominator to this answer right here. And there's my answer. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to get some more practice, like these type of problems, here's some more practice. Notice that these are a little bit easier and you do have more practice on Delta Math. Have a good day.